Hey, the Nest. This is Joy Johnson coming to you from my home in New Jersey. I'm here to talk to you about the VA loan. This is something near and dear to my heart because this is what kicked off my real estate career so far. I currently have two homes under the VA loan, and I'm here to tell you if you are a veteran and you're not taking advantage of this, you are wrong, okay? You are so wrong, and you should be taking advantage of this. And I can go on and on about why real estate is amazing and how it will catapult your future, your kids' future, and just creating generational wealth. So let's get started. This is an amazing investment tool, and the VA's Veteran Affair has done an outstanding job of providing this huge benefit to you that you need to not let it go to waste. All right, so let's get started. So what is the VA loan? The VA loan is a Veterans Affair backed loan. So if you go to any lender, such as like USA, that's what I use for both of my VA loans. So if you go to USA, the VA will back 25% or up to $104,000 towards your VA loan if you were to default on it. The biggest benefit of the VA loan is that it's 0% down. So you don't get that anywhere else. FHA loan is probably the next cheapest, which is a 3.5 interest rate per $100,000 that you spend. A conventional loan is typically 20% down, but oh my goodness, the VA loan 0% down for especially your first one. Your second one is like I think I had to put like $3,000 down, but that's because I used it the second time. But the first one is definitely 0% down, but $3,000 for a $300,000 loan. The second time I got it, I didn't see it's chump change at that point. But so that is what the VA loan actually is. So what are the requirements? First thing first is that it has to be owner occupied. Next thing, and we're owner occupied for at least 1 year. So the next thing is that it has to be residential home. So for my home that I'm currently in is a quadplex, which means that it's 4 units in it. I have to live in one of the units, and the minimum for a residential, or the maximum for a residential, is 4 units. 5 units is a commercial. So you are allowed to get up to 4 units using the VA loan. Isn't that amazing? Like, who knew that? I didn't know that at first, but I know it now and using it heavily. So with that being said, use your freaking VA loan. It's here for you. You can get a single family home, a duplex, triplex, or a quadplex. You can buy a plot of land and do development on the home as well, on the lot. And then what else you can do? You can do a few other things. You can have more information on the VA loan. So, who's eligible for the VA loan? Active duty, who has about 90 days of active duty experience or eligibility. Reserves and guard, and who's been in for about 6 years through reserves and guard consistently. And then for unmarried spouses of the deceased veterans can actually utilize the VA loan as well. The beauty of being active duty is that since it's owner occupied and the military mandates that you move, that you can actually use the VA loan multiple times, as many times that it takes to run out of the VA loan. The VA loan has a max amount, such as around $484,000 or so. That's for most states. Other states such as like LA, Hawaii, Virgin Islands, Alaska, the max is about $625K. Like here in New Jersey, it's pretty expensive here as well, and I think my max was about 530K. In total, what I personally have used so far is 468,000 myself. So I'm pretty tapped out. I don't think I can use any more depending on where else I can go. But because it's owner occupied, since I'm at this location, I cannot use it again at this location. I cannot use it to buy a new house. I cannot keep this house and buy a new house at the exact same location. So the next location I go to is when I can buy a new house, depending on how much is left over. If I go to one of the cheaper states, I'm pretty much maxed out. If I go to a more expensive state, I could probably get another house again. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Now that we know who is actually offered to, let's talk about the actual process itself. It's pretty easy, I promise you. So first step is to go to va.gov and then apply for your certificate of eligibility. Super simple. You'll get the eligibility printed out right then and there. You take that to a lender, and then the lender will, based off of your credit score, your debt to income ratio. So if you have student loans, or any other type of loan, another home or something like that, all of that would be taken into account with your actual income. And if your debt to income ratio is high, you probably won't get that big of a pre-approved amount. So for instance, when I tried to do this when I was a lieutenant, I didn't have much debt, but at the same time I didn't have much income either. So I was only pre-approved, even though I'm in Alaska and the max amount is $625,000. I was only eligible for about $250,000 based on my credit score at the time, and then based off of my debt to income ratio. So I got a house that was about $168,000, which was a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo with a garage. So still have it right now and renting it out for $1,700 a month, and primarily rent it out to military personnel. So after you get the pre-approved from the lender itself, so first you have to even choose the lender. So that's your choice. I went through USAA, but you could choose whoever you would like. You don't have to go through USAA. I've had great service through USAA because everything is tied to the same account. But that's up to you. Choose whoever you want. Once you have the pre-approval from the lender, now you have to choose a real estate agent. How do you choose a real estate agent? Well, you can always go through word of mouth, or you can do like I did. I started looking for different houses. I saw one I liked on Zillow, and then I contacted the agent that was associated with that house, and that's how I met her. If you don't like them, you could fire them, because the beauty of hiring a real estate agent as a buyer is that you're not really hiring them. The seller hires the agent. You are only just using the service of the agent itself. So no money comes out of your pocket. If you decide to pick a house and not pick a house, nothing. You don't pay for anything. So do your due diligence, hire the real estate agent, and allow the real estate agent to help you get the perfect house for you. After that, you pick the house, you fall in love with it, you get it on the contract, and at that point it takes about 45 days or so for closing. Once you go to closing, the house is yours. You've paid almost little to nothing on it. You probably pay for the appraisal, you pay for the inspection costs, you pay for the title, and all of that probably adds up to like $1,000 or so, depending on what state you're in. But minor chunk change at that point. And so it is an epic opportunity for you to use the VA loan. And if you want to do it as an investor, I can tell you how to do that and how to house hack in another video. If you want more information about this, go to va.gov. Until next time.